You're good.
All right. I am.
All right. Thank you, Debbie.
Yeah. Of course, dude. I'm going to do another one of these. I guess that's what I was thinking. I'm sorry. I just had to click a thing on YouTube. All right. You're a nut. I appreciate you. I'm going. Oh, that's what I was saying. Go through he wants an email. So
Okay.
send it to me first and I will approve it. But go back to the email, CC him, write it back, and I want you to say the changes. Don't try to get all legalese on them, right? You get pulled over. The vehicle was headed southbound at approximately 80. The way the cops talk, and people try to talk to you like that, and it's like, dude, shut up. You had to take a shit. You were speeding. All right, have a nice day. Get out of here. I can smell the poop. Write a couple lines on what we want changed, and then the last thing you're going to write is draft the lease, because we're going to do this again. There's going to be more hoopla involved.
Draft the lease. All right. Sounds good, Danny. Thank you.
Man. Thanks, brother.
You too. Bye.
Scott is the salt of the earth. He's a great guy. That thin blue line that protects us all, I can't say enough about it. I'm thrilled to put police officers, firemen, stay-at-home moms, and truck drivers into these laundromats. And I can't take credit. That's probably not the right verbiage. I'm thrilled to help those folks and people like you do this. Can you do it with a full-time job? Of course. 100%. That's how I started. Is it hands-off, absentee, spend an hour a month in the store? Let's not be ridiculous. But you can choose when you roll in to the location. You can do that. That's entirely up to you. Let's answer a few questions from the live chat. And I'm going to put a pin in it here with some X's, just because I'm a one-man band, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm going to put some chat X's here, and then I'll know when we sort of cut it off. Keep asking your questions, be they for me or Scott or my wife Shelley or the universe. And at the end of this live, we're going to call another LOI, another student that's in the same position, and then we'll get back to questions at the end. YouTube did a weird thing. I don't know what I did. I clicked something and I went live, and then it told me to go live again. So I see that everybody's here. Thanks for being here. Sub if you haven't, because I never know I'm going to go live. I've started to do these things where I notify you, and the time is usually wonky because I'm on the phone all day long, so I don't know when we're going to get on. But again, I appreciate you guys. John says, okay. Is this happening, says Donald? Because Donald wrote that 1 minute after 3:30. Well, fuck you, Donald. Yeah, we're doing it. I'm going to give it 5 more minutes, says John. What? I was on time. Okay, cool. I'll give it 5 more minutes, then I'll wait another 5. Wait a minute. Oh, my God. Did I just go live? I'm sorry if that's the case, guys. Shit. I think it's Danny to see who will hang. Okay. Dude, we had like 20 people on here talking in the chat, and I didn't click the button to go live. Now I get it. Sorry, kids. All right, don't fast forward to the current time. Okay. I'm not a tech person. I'm 52 years old. Give me a break. So, sorry I cursed at you, Donald. You guys were just here in the chat waiting for me to jump on. I think Danny likes to see who will hang around the longest. Hey, if you know how I use my contract attendance up, that's the truth. Is it possible that it was meant for 6:30 his time? Maybe he's throwing... Okay, so now we get it. Everybody was on here, and you guys are fucking awesome. You were in here talking amongst yourselves, and I just went live a second ago, even though... All right, if you're watching this point later, rewind and watch everything. Oy vey. Speaking Yiddish. And I love you guys. Alex says, is it possible that it was meant for 6:30 his time? Maybe he's throwing some jabs and elbows. Another landlord finally called him back in several months of trying. Yeah, dude. Yeah. That's true. That happens all the time. That's what I was talking about. All right, we're getting off this topic. That'd be me. I watch 11 hours live stream and then converting a Ferrari to manual. John, You need to get out more, bro. Veteran to veteran. I just keep it running in the shop. I have some laser engraving kits to get out. Jack in the shop. Oh, you do laser engraving. I need some stuff. I love laser engraving stuff. I need to buy an engraver just because I'm stupid. Glad to see I didn't miss everything. I had to put my kids down for bed. Have any of you emailed him before? Now, you guys start to talk amongst yourselves, and I certainly don't blame you, especially when I'm not here, when I'm live and I'm not live. I was live there for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and I didn't click it. I'm sorry. But it's all here. Everything's intact. Have any of you emailed him before? Donald asks. I was wondering how long it takes for him to get back to you. I know he must be busy. This is actually just a test to see who is cut out to be an attendant at one of Danny's locations. There you go, Wade. I mentioned that my damn self. I love fans. Haha, nice one, Wade. Let me answer you. When you email me, Donald, people always say, dude, really? I get up to poop at 3 a.m. No, that's not good. Pee at 3 a.m, and I answer emails. I work with clients all over the world. And I feel like if you're in that moment and you want to strike, you feel that the iron is hot, that's the moment. You take the time to email me a question. Maybe you have the course, maybe you don't. It's important to me. I know it's important to you. I know it takes a lot of gumption to go down, sit down, write an email, or even speak into your phone and make sure the punctuation is correct. So I'm pretty Johnny on the spot with emails. I might have 200 a day, but I delete the ones that are meaningless and I answer you, Don. Whatever, you can ask here. I'm going through all his YouTube content now. Same guy. I did the course twice and finished the Landlord Call Club videos. Now I'm working on his live streams from oldest to present. Dude, send me an email. Jesus. Alex says, Donald, he's very punctual. Sometimes if it's an important question, he will respond immediately. Thank you. You guys are doing the work for me. If it's one that can wait, he does it at his earliest convenience. Have you retained him? Wade says he's definitely a busy man, but he does his best to keep on time. We do calls once a week. Danny does what he can to get on my schedule. I do. I get on your schedule. So now we're live again. Sadly, no, I want to. I paycheck to paycheck. Donald, paycheck to paycheck. Dude, it crushes me to hear that because my family lived that way. I don't think I've ever mentioned my mom. Somebody just aroused this memory in me. My mom ran a home daycare, and it was not legal. I'm not talking about kids chained up in the basement, but she didn't have a license. Her and her best friend, Donna, ran a daycare. And there's, legally you have to have a license. I'm not talking about today. This is, 40 years ago. And I'd forgotten all of the things that my parents did, what today they call a side hustle. That was their front and center butter. That was it. Some of my friends, my earliest memories of my friends were kids that came over for 4, 5, 8 hours a day because that was part of my mom's daycare. Barely making ends meet. My father selling water filters and drugs. He always did that. Only to his friends. That's what I heard. So I hear you, bro. It crushes me to hear your paycheck to paycheck. But guess what? You need a plan. You need to spend every waking moment digging yourself out of that paycheck to paycheck. Go to the job. Number one, get a better job. I'm not kidding. If there's something there that is not working for you, get a better job. Same vocation, go across the street and work for Chevy if you're with Ford now. Do it. They can't stop you. Luckily, we live in the best country in the world, so go across the street, get a better fucking job. In the meantime, get yourself your own business. I don't have a plan B. I can't tell you should go do some other side hustle or start 100 vending machines. For the love of God. This is the thing. So thank you for being paycheck to paycheck and grabbing my course. Email me, dude. I'll answer your questions, whether they are pertinent, poignant, or petty. That's alliteration. All right. I cut a line in the chat, and there's a bunch of X's. So let's get on to the next LOI discussion. Hopefully, get lucky and speak to a landlord. And then we'll get back to your queries. Thank you. I'm so pissed at myself that I didn't click that stupid live button. All right, Big Ed.
Hello.
What's up?
What's up? So I went ahead and pasted all the information to the top of the document. It starts.
Did you say you just had a shower?
Yeah, I just got out of the shower.
What are you having a shower at mid-afternoon for? What's wrong with you?
Because I went out to a muggy area or a part of town that was kind of nasty, and I came back and I was sweaty.
Did you poop?
No, I didn't. No. Maybe.
Jason Bateman has to shower after every poop. All right. So let's not mention any very specific things because we are live on YouTube. If you didn't know, did you know that?
No.
Dude, if you subscribe and you hit that button, then there's another button. It's a bell. You have to hit the notification bell. And if you hit the notification bell, all of your devices will explode and a needle will go straight into your eye every time I go live. So do it later.
Understood.
Good. Don't do it now. And don't freak out just because we're on stupid YouTube. Okay.
I'm good. I'm always on camera anyway. Go ahead.
Look at you. All right. This is the one at the top. We wrote the LOI for 20, and that's $1.66 because rents are very high in your area. Who's our connection?
Michael.
No last names.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Mike is the guy.
Mike.
And we sent an LOI. Tell me where we are at. What happened? When did you hire me?
About 2.5 months ago.
Damn. Look at this. Did you think you'd have a laundromat in like 4 days?
No.
Good. I try to be really. You know, I just visited Joe in California where the crazy people live. And, Joe found me and we were on the phone for a year, mostly because deals came his way. And I was like, no, don't be in such a hurry to fail. You know, I'm certain that I have quashed deals and or my clients have quashed deals on my behalf from my words. And they were probably good deals. They would probably have made tons of money. But dude, I don't want to, now he just scooped up a 3,700 square foot store with 100 machines that's grossing $30,000 a month right now as it sits. Got it for free. Fully functioning store. Yeah, videos are coming soon. My videographer is there with me and he's watching it all unfold. He's like, this is crazy. This is nuts. Everything's working. The attendant is in there mopping the floors. Customers are swinging from the bell tower and the place is making money. But the landlord doesn't want to run it anymore. And it doesn't matter who runs it, whether in this case it's a landlord or there's an operator. This is just what we do. It's the only way it makes sense. That's it. It's the only way it makes sense. You'll see. You'll see all of it. We even grabbed a guy. I went out to the taco shop and I said, I need a man on the street. I need someone that doesn't know what the F is going on here because this is so good because of my videographer's reaction, So some dude, Anton, some dude rolled up and he's like, yeah, we get a couple of, I said, can I buy your lunch? He's looking at me like, what's wrong with you? I said, no, seriously. Do you know that laundromat? He said, no, I don't, What do you do? He said, I'm a chef. And I was like, oh, that's badass. Where do you work, et cetera. Little man on the street interview. So he says, no, I have a washer dryer at home. And I said, let me buy your lunch. I want to get your reaction. He goes, all right. So he went in there and he walked around. His tacos got made, threw a couple bucks at the guy. And, is that a paid endorsement interview? No, of course not. He goes, yeah, it's nice. It's nice in there. All right. My client just got it for free. He's like, what do you mean? Like got a free wash? It's just very, very telling to pull somebody off the street and say, go walk through that store. Fully air conditioned, beautiful facility, stainless washers and but you know what Joe is doing? He's scrapping all the equipment. He doesn't want to deal with it. He understands because he's making millions with his other 4 stores. He knows. He's like, no, I don't want to deal with that equipment. I don't want to deal with the headaches. He's not scrapping it. He's selling it because a distributor will buy it from him. Anywho, we're getting in over my head anyway. Okay, we offered $20. Did they email us a counter?
They did.
Did they CC me in the email with the counter?
Yes, they did. I went ahead and copy pasted the response.
All right, so you put it all into the Google document for us. Okay. Hold on a second. I'm going to pull the email. I see his email. It's not blued out for some reason. Michael Dot. Talk amongst yourselves. What else are you doing today? You pooped? You took a shower?
Nothing. I want to go visit a farm locally and took the kids out before they go back to school.
Badass.
And
they're not in school yet.
Yeah.
Here it is.
No, riders.
See attached approved counter from the landlord. Upon review, let me know if you'd like to go through and discuss. What does an approved counter mean? Oh, this is their approved counter off it. And this is a big outfit. Did you give them did you sign anything with them? I know the answer to this is no.
No.
Did you give them your background? Did you give them a blood sample? Or did they look at your profit and loss from any previous businesses? Have you given them your social so they can look up your credit score?
No.
Isn't that fancy? And the reason I bring that up is because say again?
They're asking in the LOI. They asked for that, but
the reason I say that is because they do. And the fear that people have is an unfounded fear. I can't start a business because I have poor credit. And I'm not asking about yours. Don't want to hear it, even if it's good. It's your business. I say this all the time because I know that it doesn't matter. We live in the greatest country in the world, and part of that is there's no debtor's prison. You scam somebody, you're going to jail. But if you owe credit cards, you're never going to go to prison. People will comment about how I'm wrong about that, but you get what I mean. There's no debtor's prison.
Yes.
The way you accumulate that debt, I'm being careful. I'm not going to lawyer up here, but I'm not saying it's lovely to be able to go bankrupt, but I'm saying that your personal credit score is really meaningless because everyone is 6 months away from having impeccable credit. I'm afraid you just are, depending on your circumstances. But as adult people, we should have good credit. Now, the email I fielded a few hours ago was, hey, do I need good credit? And that always means they have bad credit. I'm afraid that they're going to ask for my credit before they'll do a lease. Here we are. And if you watch all 700 of my YouTube videos, we've done videos on this subject where the landlord says, fill out this credit application and we'll tell you what we can do for you on the lease. Nah, that's what we say. We ignore them because it's an insult. We need to negotiate. Can you imagine you go to buy a car and they look at your shoes and they say, fill out this credit app. We'll tell you which car you can afford. That wouldn't work. Like, hey, man, these are my workout shoes. I just pooped and took a shower. I'm going to keep pressing that nerve. All right, so they have the stuff and things, and man, they took our 2-page letter of intent and turned it into what? 6. So I'm too far away from the computer screen to even see what this all says, right? But I know 6 pages ain't good. It just tells, and you may not know that, but it's just, come on, you don't need 6 pages. They've got the landlords in. Go ahead.
They're kind of, I think they're kind of outrageous at what they're asking for, judging by the way that their property looks. Like they say they want a laundromat that's state of the art, yet the Pet Boys right next door has half its sign missing. The parking lot's covered in oil stains. There's a recycling guy right across the way. It's not what they're asking for is not.
I'm vacillating again between the LOI and what we see here. This store has the typical tiled floor, double stack tumblers, which you can probably keep running. And the folks at home don't know, but it has the Brady Bunch look. There's actual wood paneling on the walls. It's like, come on. The least you could do is go in there and spend $100 and whitewash all that, paint it white, and the equipment is very old. So you're telling me, they've got this, what they believe is some jewel in the crown of a complex, and it's just not. But hey, if they can start with a brilliant, beautiful laundromat that meets a certain standard, then maybe they boot the Pet Boys out. At least they have that standard that they are looking for. I can't blame them. You follow?
Mm-hmm.
What's the disposition of this store? It's operating?
It's currently operating. The tenant is month to month. They're not willing to renegotiate with her because they want her out. Did
we go live with that initial call or no?
I believe you did. I think I'm pretty sure I saw that. Like a week or two ago.
I would think you would. I mean, I don't know. I'm just trying to keep it straight because I do so many calls. There's so many yeses. And I know that you're not one of the people that says, I don't want to be on YouTube. I'm going to be recognized. I mean, I have police and firemen that are fine with it. All right.
No problem with it.
So, well, thank you. We have a counter to our page, really. Our LOI is really a page. And the counter that they sent back is 6. Tell me what you see. And this is what I say. I'm not avoiding going through this with a fine-tooth comb, but I'll never use a comb finer than you. This to you is obviously very important. And before you sign the lease, we'll have another discussion about bringing your attorney in and all of that. It's standard fare. But here is just an LOI. It just says what we intend to do versus what they do. We might not even bother calling him. I'm not sure what it says. Tell me what it says.
It's first he tells us, see attached proof letter, which you saw. Please call and discuss if you have any questions. Then it says, first line is use, tenant shall operate premises.
I can tell you right now that this is fucked. The monthly base rent shall be $2.35 per square foot per month.
It's way off. Plus 85-cent triple net. Yeah, they're way.
So your 3,000 square foot rentable square foot location is going to be how much a month? I know you did the math. I know you already have it. What is it? How much?
It was going to be with triple nets. It was going to be around like $8,000.
That's not too bad. Are you sure? With triple nets? Without triple nets?
Let me.
Well, somebody watching the live can do this if you're smart.
No, sorry, it's going to be upwards almost $10,000.
Yeah. 8 wouldn't be bad. It's $2.35 per square foot, ladies and gentlemen. 3,180 square feet. Times that by 12 months. Sorry, 235 plus 85. So what is that? I'm not taking out a calculator. That's your total. Triple net is taxes and
common area maintenance and all that, right?
Well, CAMS is something totally different.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it's so what do we do now?
From what I understand, we do nothing, right? We just let them sit and bleed.
Boom.
And they keep coming back to us saying that they're getting $3. Like, first of all, this is
no, they're not. They're on a month-to-month. They're getting $3 from whom?
From other spaces they have that are identical. And I passed by the other day and they're still vacant. So they're just try to play us because they're not.
Yeah, that's
filled yet.
And sadly, I don't have an analogy for that, but we're getting $3 per square foot. Where the Pet Boys is a national chain, and it's in the same mall, right?
Yes.
Okay, so Pet Boys is probably giving them $3 because Pet Boys can have a loss leader in this center, and Pet Boys can weather that storm because they've got 246 other stores in 49 other states. You follow, you know that.
Yes.
Look what's going on with Walgreens, with national crime, and allowing people to walk in and walk out with whatever they need as long as it's not behind the counter. Okay. It doesn't make sense. So they close the stores.
Yeah.
Here's what we shall do. From now moving forward, if Mike emails, texts, or calls, and we know my LOI has my information on it purposefully, not because I'm trying to control
Yes.
the situation, you or your rent, but because you have hired me to negotiate. So a lot of times the landlords do what they did with my previous client. We just did another LOI that came out very differently. I hate to say it, and that's the same rent, the same district with the same, so not, not your neighbor, but the same type of rent, if you know what I mean. What is supposed to be the rent. We will call Mike back, but here's what we're going to do. We're going to play the baby game only after he sends an email, text, carrier pigeon and said, hey guys, did you get my counter? Because right now they are spinning. My last client, I hate to bring it up, but he said, I watched him. Oh, if you send open receipts on your email server, he says, yeah, they've opened this email 17 times that he sent. So they're desperate. If someone in my newsletter, I can see that they open it 147 times. I'm like, lunatic, why are you doing that? Read the email. I mean, maybe they've got some kind of disease. So that's what we're going to do. I could have texted that to you, et cetera, but I want to hear you. Let's play the game. What else is bad? What else is going on here? What else are they asking for? Anything crazy?
I'm not sure if I'm reading this right. It's my first time ever reading one of these, but
that's pretty standard.
So 3%, 3% increases, which is pretty standard from everything I've seen on your channel.
Yep. They're not asking for 5% yearly.
No, they're not asking for the crazy CPI they were for that other deal that I saw. Now, tenant shall have a 1-year option to extend the term at the end of the 10-year term.
Yeah, so they're giving you 15 years.
Rent commencement, the earlier of A, opening, or B, 120 days from delivery date with the exiting of the current tenant.
See, that doesn't work, but we won't talk to him about that now. And you know that from my channel, but I'll repeat it for this cheap seats. We're not McDonald's. I would say this to Mike. We're not McDonald's, Mike. We're not asking for abatement to open you can finish these sentences for me, right? We're not McDonald's. What am I going to say? The minute we open, we don't have people driving by and have those golden arches that the kids are in the back seat screaming, Mommy, Mommy, I want a toy. They don't care about the shitty hamburger. Mom pulls in. She knows she's going to get a horrible meal at a decent price. Sorry, not sorry. That's not us. It's a laundromat. So it takes time, energy, effort, advertising on our part to bring the consumers back. Now, this is all academic because this is you and I. You're on my side, preaching to the choir. We know this. But when I say those words to him and finally shut up, he'll say, okay. It's a big conglomerate. But they're saying, we'll either give you the abatement until you open or 6 months. Nah.
Yeah.
Nah. And I'll explain. No. We are going to do our level best to get the place open in 10 days. It ain't going to happen. But you're not going to dictate when our abatement stops. And we could ask for 3 months post-opening, and that's even better for you because that will give you 3 months of income. You follow. While you're advertising, while you're doing everything it takes, while you yourself are personally in a sandwich sign, naked in front of the store with a bubble machine. It works. I've done it. But I'm very proud.
There are a couple other things that I've never actually heard mentioned.
Let's go.
One was a radius restriction.
Radius restriction, 3 miles. What the fuck is that? If you're a lawyer,
like a non-compete or something,
let us know in the That's standard. That's boilerplate.
Okay.
Doesn't make sense. Radius restriction. I honestly, frankly, I do not know what that would mean in the context of this lease. Radius restriction. I know what it means, but I don't understand why it's still here. Conditions, operation, tenants should occupy. I don't even need to read that. That's all normal unless you saw something. You could always line through this stuff and, enable editing.
Nobody really shows them sales volumes, right, on a quarterly basis.
No, it says percentage rate. It says none. Some leases, they should have just taken that out. Less is more. Why is it here? Percentage. You want to start some crazy cockamamie business and it's never been done before, right? When I say that, the hairs on the back of my neck stand up because never been done before is pretty cool, right? And if it's a great idea and everybody you say it to, Shark Tank aside, they shit in their hand and eat it and poop it out again and then feed it to their neighbor, That's probably a good business idea. Do you want to give a percentage of your income in the form of rent? Meaning, if your little idea to put a bouncy house in a Scottsdale neighborhood and let kids come in and pay for it, and they go, it seems kind of silly. Sweaty kids? Yeah, but we're going to sell popsicles. I mean, you know what I'm talking about. And the first landlord ever says, I like it, but only on one condition. I'm not going to charge you $2 a square foot. I want 30% of your net as my rent. Now, if you're a dumbass or you really don't believe in your idea, I mean, I've got 5 plates spinning, right? If you don't believe in your idea, why are you doing it? But you should negotiate. You say, okay, I'll give you 30% of my net year 1, then 20. Whatever you say, you negotiate. But then you say, obviously, the landlord loves your idea of selling Braille dartboards, right? I love that one. I made that up. Don't steal it. So you've got this Braille dartboard company that you want to go with. A lot of darts in people's necks. The landlord hates the idea, and that's why he wants a percentage. No, he wouldn't. Or maybe it's an established national chain. But the point is, it is done. It's rare. I would never consider doing it because now you're opening your books to your landlord. And also you can hide it because it's cash. So it's a whole mess. You're lying to your landlord. You're hoping he doesn't come in. I've seen the sale of many, many laundromats. I did it myself. And you open your books. You say, here's everything. Oh, you want to look at the cameras? You think they thought I was putting on a ski mask and stuffing $20 bills into my change machines. Like, oh God, come on. I got better shit to do. Why didn't they remove percentage rent? They should have. Sales volume. Tenants report monthly gross sales on a quarterly basis. That should not be there. That should not be there. They didn't take it out. That's lame, right? Because if there's a percentage of rent, then the next line makes sense. Now we're looking at all this and it's all moot. It doesn't matter. Because are we going to, we're going to go through this and line it. We're going to just redline it and be like, dumbass, that doesn't belong there. Signage, tenants should follow the signage criteria for their shopping center. That's obvious. Why are you putting this here and not in your lease? That's why I'm telling you, a 6-page LOI that they sent back is dumb.
He wasn't paying attention.
You don't need it.
You told him, you told him we were going to keep the same sign. So he obviously wasn't paying attention.
But this is boilerplate, bro. He didn't write this in here. We're going to follow the criteria. The last thing you want to do, if you're a dumbass, you're going to say, hey, I want it to be Edgar's Laundromat. I'm very adamant about that. But the sign that's up there lights up at night. It's good. It's clean. It looks nice. And it just says Lavenderia. All right, it's a Hispanic neighborhood. Do you really have to change it to Edgar's Laundry? No. Leave it. You follow.
Yeah.
And we told him that, but that's why we take notes. That's why we write everything down, because now we know the dumbassness. He wasn't paying attention, but really this is boilerplate, and less is more, especially for you. Pro rata share of the common area maintenance, blibbity blobbity blue, taxes and insurance based upon the budget of 2023 is estimated at 85 cents per square foot monthly. Okay, whatever. What else do you see? Because I'm not going to read the whole thing. Oh, delivered as is. So they're saying they're paying for nothing. There's no TI.
They did say down below a tenant improvement allowance.
Okay, so dude, landlord tenants work. It'll be delivered as is, where is. But then later they say we'll give you money. They didn't even look at this, dude. This is just all, their lawyers didn't look at it. Any self-respecting attorney with an Esquire after his or her name would go, it's not good. It's silly. And it just, here we are, a couple of dumbasses looking at it and going, well, why would they say nothing? And then later say something. Take this. I'd stop. Here's another reason. I've stopped reading. I just told you, oh, they're not going to give us any money. Should I go any further?
No.
Hey, you want to go to prom with me? No. I already left. But if you buy me dinner for, Jesus, I'm gone. Does that make sense? Is that a good analogy? I think that was a good one.
It was good.
Yeah.
And it doesn't make sense that this is very.
We're not going to spend any money. Well, I'm done. I'm out the door. But keep reading, because paragraph 19 of page 37 in subsection 4, we're going to offer you $7. We could keep doing this. This is just, it shows the silliness. And dude, People that don't work in the law or have not maintained a license for a real estate agency for some time, or don't feel as though they're an important person, they look at all this verbiage and they think, oh God, this is scary. But it's not. You don't have to have a basic or any understanding of the law or real estate to look through this and go, number one, our LOI is quick, to the point, down and dirty. This is what we need. And theirs is, well, this is 6 pages? Come on. Never seen a 6-page LOI. Tenant shall be responsible for managing his own alterations and construction vendors, a sole customer. All this is just silly. But it shows how this landlord is going to be up your ass.
Yeah.
Parking as is. Well, F you. What are you spending the 85 cents on? Okay, as is. Why does it still say words? Edgar, help me out.
Yeah.
As is. That's all it needed to say on parking. And then there's literally 5 paragraphs about the as is condition of the fucking parking lot.
Which is covered in oil stains from the local do-it-yourself guys that buy oil from Pep Boys and change the oil in the parking lot.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. What do they say to Pep Boys? As is, where is. But what about when someone shits on the space next to yours? It's fine. Lease form, landlord standard form, RE broker, real estate broker, broker and tenant agree there's no broker. Oh, that's in my LOI. Look at that. Landlord reserves the right to negotiate with other interested parties for this space. Ooh, you got me. Why would you put that in there? We know that. Currently, with your statements for the proposed landlord. Wait a minute. Concurrently with your execution and return of this proposal, please provide current financial statements for the proposed tenant entity for landlord's review and approval. So they want your financials. I assume you read that, and that's why you brought it up. It's especially understood that the letter of intent is not a binding agreement. We all know that. It's just an LOI. So why make it so complicated? That's it. Sincerely, Mike. All right. We've learned a lot. I know I have. 6 pages.
I have.
Well, good. That's all that matters.
Now,
too many ums. Go ahead.
In your experience, that's probably not a good question, but when you're this far apart, how likely are they to come down? Do you think this, I mean, judging from it, looks like they're not.
They are
not
likely,
budging,
but not now.
Okay.
They have a tenant, right? That's part of it. I'll ask you the questions as though you're the guy. I don't use words for myself like guru or any of that shit, or coach, right? But I'll ask you, well, what's going to change their mind? See, I already know.
Oh, it's not doing anything. Yeah, it's not doing anything. Then,
no.
Staying with the same
If that tenant leaves, if she walks, wouldn't that change your mind? Well, shit. Number one, can they keep the place locked up? Let's get even deeper. If they chain the doors shut at night, is someone going to jimmy their way in there and not steal the equipment? They don't want that. Or the change that's inside the washers, they don't want that. They want the copper. There's $5,000, $6,000, $10,000 in copper in a laundromat, right? It's not like a local Starbucks. Once the copper's gone, they don't want, laundromat tenants don't want it. Again, it's very deep. But the one sea change that would happen is that tenant packs up and leaves. Now, there's dirty tricks. You can go in there and start measuring. She'll say, who are you? Get out of here. Oh, I just negotiated. Here's the lease with the, I'll let it drop out of your pocket. I am not saying this for YouTube, and I'm not saying it for you, but I have heard these stories. You roll in there and you start measuring, and then you let the LOI fall out of your pocket. How do you think she's going to feel? I know that you understand. I'm not saying to do any such thing.
Yeah, I understand.
But how would she feel if she knew this was happening? But dude, we have to play a game. I'm sorry to say it, and the game is we're not going to respond to this until he emails back or calls me. I've got his number, or calls you, or texts either. Any communication beyond this LOI, and then we have the impetus to call back and say, "Oh, dude, I thought you were kidding with this." That's exactly what I'll say in a roundabout business way. I'll say, oh, come on. I thought you were shitting me with this LOI. Come on. We are different from the neighbor because we're going to spend $500,000 on washers and dryers. Don't have a heart attack. It's not the real number. You know that. We are different because we're not going to spend that. I'm sorry, because we are going to spend that. I got me going in circles. We're different from the Pep Boys. Pep Boys is a national chain. That's good, bad, and indifferent, right? They put stuff on the shelves that comes in the back door from corporate, and they sell it. They hate their employees. They hate their customers. They put national commercials on. Also, Pep Boys is a chain and also a franchise, I believe. I'm not sure. Let me know if it is. Different animal. Totally different thing. Them spending $3 and 5% increases yearly is very different than you. You need to spend the money on equipment, whatever that figure is. Done with you. You were going to ask a question. Go ahead.
Oh, just these really old Speed Queens that are on top of a concrete base. I've never seen that.
Well, how many stores have you scouted?
A bunch. It's the first time I've seen one in LA.
Those concrete bases have J-bolts in the concrete, so that's the same as it's just
that's having a frame, a base.
Yeah, it's just a method of doing it. It's common. All right, I am going to. Well, I'm not going to let you go. You know what? You've got your marching orders. What we do now is we keep calling, we keep looking, and in the interim, if he writes you specifically back without me being involved, just text me and say, hey, guys, I'm available to my clients through text. You don't have to concern yourself with what, if I'm doing something important, I might not get back to you right away. Oh, my phone is saying that it's going to die. That's terrible. It's been a day. All right, it's on the little happy charger now. Let's stay on and maybe talk to some people. What do you say, Edgar?
Okay, let's do it.
Lovely. But it will be my voice pretending to be them. Maybe I'll do funny voices for them. All right, on to you, Lout. So back to the chat, and we're going to get the hell out of here. First of all, thanks. I can't say what it means, how much it means to me for you to be on this silly thing live watching. And we normally take these, depending on what was said, we cut them up, and let's say that we try to call 2 or 3 landlords and nobody answers. It's kind of anticlimactic. So we'll take it and drill it down and edit it, not for content, but for time and energy, if that makes sense. But this one will be evergreen. I can tell you right now, it will stay up. So jump in, ask your queries. We got 70 people, 71 people watching, and I do see that number. Danny, I bought your program, says Chris, but didn't get the DVD so I can review further. I'm a trucker, but didn't get the DVD. Dude, send me an email. I'll send you the DVD. We still put the DVD in the mail to people that want to spend the money on it, and it's silly. Again, you don't need it. But if you're a trucker, I get it, because when you're in the middle of bumfuck Montana, you can put it in and listen. So that and the DVD is 3 hours. Obviously, the course content is over 101 hours as we set. Donald says, I have not. I'm not sure what he's responding to. Then they're all talking amongst themselves. My God, you guys have been going nuts. All right, I'm scrolling up. I'm terrible at this. The course is constantly updating, says Donald. DVD is good for reference, but the course is better. You guys, again, you're all helping me out. You can still get the DVD. Shut up about the DVD. Yes, you can pay for it and get it on the site, but you're also going to get the course. Donald, I've asked questions and emailed, but no answer. No, impossible. Impossible. Sorry to say it, Chris. Send me an email right now, Chris. Go off the thing and send me an email, because I answer unless I'm literally on a live. How long has it been? This thing's been going on for 3:34. I can't do math.
You're pretty good about getting back.
Thank you. Pretty good. Thanks for the help.
You always get back to me.
I told you my phone is dying. Anyway, you
always get back to me,
Chris. Yeah. I'm not calling you a liar. That is extremely, extremely rare for me. This is not my only passion, but it is certainly one of them. During the first year of rent abatement, are people making profits? Yes. That's your goal, profit, and you're making money when the doors open. Trying to understand how long the retooling and reviewing the location will take as well. We don't know, but there is no issue anymore with COVID or parts coming from China. It's just something that we still discuss with landlords in order to stretch that abatement period. I was getting 18 months of free rent before any of this, literally 17, 18, 19 years ago. So it doesn't matter. Chris says, I live paycheck to paycheck. Now, Chris, you're pulling on my heartstrings because of earlier context. I am not going to give you or anyone the course for free. I never will. Because if I give it to you, it will sit on a shelf and you will not watch it. Sorry, not sorry. American Dream. Nice, someone says. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Finally caught alive, says Roberto. Well, welcome, Roberto. My phone is still making that noise. It's plugged in. Edgar, if I lose you, sorry.
All good, brother.
Yeah, sorry, not sorry. Wade says, yeah, Joe's $30,000 a month story is amazing. Not just a story, but something you're going to see unfold. And I've got tons of people like that. But guys, I sit in my office. I just bought 107 acres. We're going to make some little videos about the off-grid lifestyle dream. I'm doing it. And this isn't a job for me. I'm not a YouTuber. Please understand that. I don't have the time or the inclination to go running from city to city with every success story, like the last call, like Ed will be. I refuse to call you Edgar. Man, made it to my computer at home. Thank you, Donald. Great. Glad to hear it. We're right there with you, buddy. I'd like to look at the Google Doc you use. No, you have to pay me for that, and it's not a big deal. It's just, hey, Edgar can tell you we plug in the shit, we make the calls. It's nothing fancy. I've fixed it over the years because if you walk into a factory and there's a sign that says you must wear a hard hat, it's because somebody probably got their brain smashed in. And then you walk in, it says, pull this lever at your peril. I'm not touching the lever. All those orange signs are because something happened. My Google document has been built and layered so that the client understands what I need and all of our needs can be met. Like the addresses are highlighted in what color, Edgar?
Yellow, bright yellow.
There we go. That would be the gun to my head. This guy says he's one of your students. What color is the address highlighted in my Google document? Well, now you all know, yellow. And that's so that I can quickly identify it. Eventually, Edgar might have 30 stores in there, and he will be able to quickly identify address. It's not a big deal. It's not like I'm keeping anything from you, but I don't send those out. Kenny says, can't find any information on environmental impact fees to build a laundry in New York. Anyone know? Ha ha ha! Don't fucking do it. It's the same. Yeah. Kenny, look back a couple months ago. I don't know the title. I had a client that found me. He was literally building a store. He was wealthy, is wealthy. Building a store in Brooklyn with his brothers. You guys can jump in here. He was $850,000 deep before the EPA fees. And all you need to do is ask any contractor, because if you build a house on Long Island, you're paying the same fee to sink one washer, and it's the drainage fee. It's the same, but if you build a laundromat, times it by 40, 50, 70. How many washers do you need? But dude, my point is, and it's fly by the seat of my pants, no, I don't give a shit what the fee is. Don't do it. Donald says, I found one like that with the county office. Okay, talking amongst yourselves. Have you guys ever asked a landlord to move a dumpster? Oh, God. Yeah, man, that's easy. Because no one in that strip mall or that standalone building has ever bothered to do shit about that dumpster, whatever the problem is. And when you're about to sign a lease, you say, hey, that's a problem. I've had landlords cut bushes out of the way because you can't see my sign. It's obvious. When you say that, this landlord's agent doesn't know about the dumpster, whatever the problem is. So you say that needs to be rectified, and they do it. Not a big deal. And they probably appreciate you for it. 6-page lease is good if I remember correctly. Wait, it's not a lease, it's an LOI. When dealing with the distributors, would I need a good credit? I forgot to do voices. Need credit score, or do they have interest-based financing? Go back and listen to this. I'm not going to repeat it. Sorry, not sorry. That has been discussed in this very video. You probably came in early. Hender says, Dunny D. Hender got his free laundromat already. Lease sign. I fucking love me some Hender. We're coming to have pizza, bro. Good day from Dallas. Very interesting. Well, thank you, Mr. Levi. I'm glad you're interested. Get yourself a free laundromat or two. Do you have a link to that video of Joe's 30,000 thing? It's just something we were talking about, Donald, all weekend. Go backward and start watching all my videos, and you'll see. The long-form stuff that we filmed hasn't happened yet. I think the one where we talk about it is me speeding in the car because we were late, thanks to Eric, who put the wrong address. And by the way, to go 18 miles in Los Angeles, it's usually an hour and 40 minutes. So you can't be late somewhere or you're screwed if you go to the wrong address. Oh, Wade, we were talking about it's $3.20. Everybody's doing the math for us. Thank you. Edgar, thanks you. How big is this location? We've been there. Yeah, so it's $10,000, but not going to happen. And that scares you guys,
No.
but, does a $3,000 a month gas bill scare you? I've made that public recently. It's something I privately said to people. And then if there's a pause, they're scared. It shouldn't. This isn't your house. Every penny that your gas bill increases, you make a fourth of a penny. I mean, not real math, but you get it. We are in the business of reselling gas, water, and electric. Unless there's a leak and it smells like farts in your store, a huge gas bill is good. Don't get scared. Now Donald's answering the question of Jody. Don't get scared of the gas bill. That means you're making a ton of money. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I was saying yikes to $3 a square foot. Definitely want to see the utilities get used. Guys, don't talk to yourselves. I'm not making a rule, but it just gets confusing when it's time to actually come in. I prefer questions. The gross, I see, but that is gross, I think. Right, not their business how much we make. True, we're talking about your LOI now, Edgar. Time for a cocktail. Oh, I'm going to do some competitive shooting tonight, so not till
Nice.
later for me. Follow my daughter on YouTube, Daniela D'Angelo. We have a lot of fun. My 20-year-old, she sits next to me 60, 70 hours a week when we compete together. She knows more about money, thanks to Dad, than anything high school could teach her. She's got an 820 FICO score. A lot of money in the bank. Life is good. We must teach our children about money. And if you are ignorant and you don't have those skills, you must learn them, because money is not a mystery. Don't be an idiot. Don't go out and spend if you don't have it. Credit is not for
Very-
that.
I agree. I mean, my parents didn't teach me about credit until I learned it on my own. So, and
It makes me mad. My parents, same way. Again, they knew nothing about it. You don't have to live in some mansion on a hill in order to be financially intelligent. And guess what? If you were, the other would come. The money tends to come.
life
If you
is
know
so
what
much
you're
easier
doing
with
is
your
silly.
credit.
I mean, you need to drill down on everything you do. I buy a lot of gold and silver bullion and silly watches on eBay. And Shelly just said to me today, she said, you need to use this credit card. Of course, not because we need the credit or we don't have the money, but she says, when you make purchases on eBay, we get 1% back. Hello? I'm like, good. Thank you. That's what I say. She's researching this stuff because I might spend 50 grand on a watch or 40 or 50 grand on gold bullion. And it's nice to get that 1%. I'm spending 3% RIP on the purchase because that's what the dealer gets. And I get the 1 point back. And then as soon as the bill comes, she pays it. You get it. You understand. That's fiscal intelligence. I'm with you. Buffalo Trace. Ooh, old fashioned. I'm going to wear my old fashioned shirt for you guys next time we do a live. It's raining here. Free wash. Jesus, Donnie, are we talking about the weather? That means we've run out of shit to talk about. Hello, I'm running through these now. Hello, everyone. Great info as always. Thank you. That's the Wash Laundromat. So he has a store. It's lightning also, but I went, come on, stop talking about the weather. Power goes out. I'll just use my washboard. Oh, okay. I knew the rule of thumb on... All right, Donald, I know the rule of thumb is 1.5... No, it's 1,500 square foot, 25 washers, but is there any grace on the smaller towns? No. Do something else. You don't want to store... In a small town, they should have even more washers. If there's room and there are no EPA fees, which happens, or I talked about this recently, there's a row of washers and there's nothing on the other side but folding and there's plenty of room in the store, put more washers in. You're going to use the same drains and the same hot and cold. Done. I don't have your CD, says Sergio. Good, because I'm not a singer. Thank you, Edgar. You're the only one on the phone that can laugh out loud, and then we can get it. I'm fucking with you, Sergio. It's not a CD or a DVD. But man, I learned so much from your live stream videos. Well, thanks. Dude, get the course. Everybody at once. Sergio. The fuck. Spend a few bucks. I agree. These are fun. They're lovely. Oh my God, there's tons of questions in here and people talking to me. I'm so bad at keeping track of it. All right, my problem to deal with. Donald says, got to sign up for the course, bro. Best money I've ever spent. There we go. Thank you, Donald. I thought Donald didn't even have it. Yeah, he's the truck driver, right? We just sit here watching a blank screen. What? Okay. Definitely worth the $300, bud. Do it. Hey, don't give my prices out, and it's less than that. You lying sack of shit. This video will go viral, says Donnie. Donnie, who cares? Who cares about virility? As long as people love me, and they don't. The most hated man in the industry. Donnie says, I'm here because this is funny, den washing them clothes in a storm. Donnie, are you the guy that always uses horrible, you're trying to get my goat and have me say something? That's not Ebonics. That just doesn't make any damn sense. San Diego Restorations. Danny, I'm a broker in San Diego. You called me once a year ago or so back. I tried to call you back, left a few voicemails. Love to work with you if you need anything in SoCal. Bullshit. If you returned my call, I have thousands of contacts in my phone. Send me a text right now, San Diego Restorations. Even though my phone is at 1%, I will look at it and I will write you back. Silly bastard. All right, Scott says he emailed me the sample of the LOI. I'll do that as soon as we hang up. And Jonathan, we have a consultation. Let's do it tomorrow. San Diego. If I get the course and there are later updates, how would I come across? Oh, Jesus. It goes into the course. It's the way it works. It's streaming. We send you a carrier pigeon with a DVD around its neck. A CD. Sorry, Sergio. Brokers sell laundromats. We don't buy them. Yes, thank you very much. He's too busy cold calling, cooking, he wrote, but he means calling. Oh, Donnie, are you a broker? Come on. Jack in the shop. He responded to my email when I told him not to. Okay, thanks. Pep Boys isn't a franchise. Thank you, John, for looking. I know you looked that up, John. You didn't know that. You just acquired that information. So, national chain. Danny answers every email. I sent him at least 10. Alex, leave me alone. Zach says, why do landlords agree to 1 year rent abatement? Oh, you need the course, Zach. Zach, you didn't even know it existed. And now you know. You acquired some knowledge on the YouTube University machine. You're fucking welcome. If you are so excited about your little children's baby booty shop and you run into the landlord and say, I need a 2-year lease, please give me a chance, sir. He'll ask for first and last, a deposit, and he'll give you a lease. But if you say, sir, I'm going to be successful and I need your help, I need 10 years and I need a year free, boom. I don't know about baby booties. Obakir Klemakatekatov says, finally caught you on a lie. I think that's actually Russian, wrong accent. Jeffy says, can you always get abatement regardless of that? Every single time. But regardless of the type of business, I just talked about that. Not baby booties, not for a 2-year lease. Think about it. They're not going to give you a year free on a 2-year lease. Yeah. I always get it. We always get it. Every single time. Always. Without fail. And no student ever pays a lease deposit. Edgar, you're opening your mouth. What are you saying?
I'm just, well, from what I understand, when you're signing a 15-year lease, people don't understand that that's a big deal. You're going to pay that landlord 15 years of rent.
And even further, it scares people. Some people get scared. Oh, the YouTube machine says in 49 seconds they're going to run an ad. Stick with us, guys. They're going to run an ad. I don't know how to stop them from doing that. The 15 years scares some people. It's like, dude, you can sell the store 10 years in. But the first thing you do is march in and sign another 15-year lease. These businesses are in leased space. Pep Boys, which is not a franchise. Pep Boys is 2 doors down. running a business where they don't own the dirt. Now, then there's McDonald's. McDonald's always owns the dirt. It's just a modus operandi. It's just rules to live by, like dating women's taller than you, okay? Alex says yellow. We know what that is about. There's a lot of comments on it. Hey, Danny, I was on your website. I didn't see the course. All I saw was the DVD. No, dude. Oh, my God. When was this? 5 years ago?
It's right above.
It's right there.
So
It's right there. There's a little picture. I should just take it off, but I don't know. People still want it. People look at my really, really old videos and they go, I want this DVD. And then eventually it's going to go off. I was going to take it off the other day, and then 3 people asked for it, bought it. Charlie's like, hey, I got to go print some goddamn DVDs. I'm like, well, people still want it. Speaking of down drain, that's a deep subject. Donnie, stop with the talk. Jesus, this Donnie can't speak proper English. I think, Jeff, thanks. I think he's doing it on purpose. What? You don't understand Jedi? Is that like Jedi and jive? Sergio says, I found a shirt hole laundry mat in Riverside, 900 square foot. I feel it's too small. It's too small. Don't bother. And I doubt it's 900 square feet, TBH. That's what the kids say. Oh my God, we're getting to the end of the comments. John says, does she have a boyfriend? Let him know you have 107 acres to bury the body. I don't remember what I was talking about. Does an $1,800 a month gas, electric, $1,250 a month, $25,000 gross sales make sense? Sense about what, Ryan? You're looking at a P&L for a laundromat for sale. So my answer is no, no, no. Those numbers are lies. They're selling a failure. Don't do it. Do what we do. Thank you very much, Ryan. Anyone's nose is dare is any gas bandits. Donnie, you got to stop doing that. I don't know what that means. Sergio, does the 900 square foot laundry have room for wash, fluff, and fold and attendant? Hal, stop. No, it's a no. Terry, do the majority of property owners you connect with object to you wanting to lease the location? Yeah, the majority of them. No. Terry, the only people we talk to, bro, have laundromats in the space. So all of them, Terry, not the majority, but all of them want a good operator. If they still want a laundromat, they want a good operator. And we only call on the shitty ones. So the numbers, I'm not a finite person when it comes to math, but they all want us or someone like us. Is that fair, Edgar?
Yes, that is fair. You're signing a 15-year lease. I mean, you're gonna obviously there's a high success rate too. I think the percentage for laundromats is like 95%.
John says PayPal MasterCard is 3% back on eBay. Yes, you're right. That's what we were talking about. 3%? Jesus, I had it wrong. Hey Hal, anything's possible. So if I get $20,000 in gold bullion or $45,000 I spent the other day, and it's a 3% rip, and I get 3% back on that card, kaboom. And of course, most people are using the card, and PayPal wants you to use the card. MasterCard wants you to use the card so that you'll end up in 28% interest territory. Well, no. Pay it off as soon as the bill comes. Okay, Donnie, I'm not reading your stuff anymore because I think it's a joke. Last one. Hey, Hal, anything is possible. Use the street. Donald says, last question, I swear. Can I turn a bathroom into more washers? No, you need a bathroom. Miss Harley says, good evening, Danny. Do you share locations from past students who are no longer interested in those stores or fail to get them? No, I do not. That would make me a broker. I don't. Remind me, Ms. Harley, or anyone here, to share why later on another live. Anybody that's here now, remind me, why don't I share locations with other students? I've got a great story. No time for it now. Zigzag says, gives me $2. Thanks. Let's start the bidding at $2. Give me more money. Good things come in twos. Cheers to you, Big D. Thank you, Zigzag. What's your real name, Zigzag? Donnie D. Did this guy change his name just because he's making fun of Hender? Take a guess, Danny, who I is. I don't care. Damn. Sergio says, damn commercial. Yeah, I told you the commercial was coming up. A gas bandit is a guy that's frizzes your gas meter to read fast backwards so it free. If he's good, you get a rebate. Okay. How people get into business with you? Brian, I'm so glad you asked right before we end this live. How people get into business with you? Send me a mail in the post office. I mean, come on. Dude, there's a link in the description. Click it. Join my newsletter. It's free. I'm not going to ask you for money. Watch this whole video, Brian. Go back from the beginning. Okay. I aim to teach and mentor and train you so that you know if you're serious about laundries, you know what you're getting into, and you know if it's right for you. That's my ultimate goal. I do this because I don't want to see the lowlifes continue to take money from people. Whatever your position, truck driver, police officer, single mom, you want a business to profit. Don't forget it. Not just because you have this feeling that you need to get out from under your job. It's not that. It's profit. The Bible does not say that money is evil. It says the love of money is the root of sad. Get it straight. It's important. It's biblical. Can't rewrite Shakespeare or the Word of God. And I end with that. No. Appreciate each and every one of you. Edgar, thanks for coming on the live.
Thank you.
Thank you. Isn't the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man just adorable?
Yeah, Ghostbusters.
Well, it's like a real guy before
It
that.
is
But
real,
yeah,
yeah.
I love it in Ghostbusters. The Stay Puft Marshmallow Man will destroy us. Don't step on a church in my town. Love you guys. I truly do. The only call to action is get off your ass and own the business, whatever that business may be. Until you do, you are making the boss money. Boss might be a hell of a guy, but you're buying him a fucking boat. The day you make that decision is the day you start putting one foot in front of the other and changing your future and your family's wealth, generational wealth. And I have this one idea for you. The idea is laundromats. Don't have a plan B? If you do, great. Probably a channel about it. I'm not going to say subscribe. Bye, Ed.
Thank you. Thank you, Danny.
Ed. We'll get this done.
Take-
I hung up on him. Later, skaters. Ciao.